welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Today is one of my favorite days of the year, kind of. It's Valentine's Day, right? And on this day of love, there are a few things you should also know to keep your relationship a little bit stronger. Joining us now to talk about National Marriage Week is trauma expert Dr. Janie Lacy. Hey there, Janie! So glad to have you on the show here. We're talking about, obviously, love, but we're also talking about marriage. And already they're saying that marriage rates are declining. Millennials are actually waiting a little bit longer to actually tie the knot. What do you think's driving this trend?
Well, we do see that millennials are waiting, Mitch. There's no doubt about that. But, there's a lot of things that we'll see that are contributing to those trends. But if I had to pick the top ones, I would say the major one is there's a shift in just people really focusing on their career.
Okay.
They're focusing on their goals and their career. And then we're also seeing, a lot of them may either be carrying a huge lot of debt. So before they get into marital relationships, they want to take care of their debt, whether it's student loan debt, whether it's consumer debt, and then overall, we're just seeing this shift in just what we would just say are the social norms. But I would say that the economic uncertainty plays a major role. Many millennials, they want to just prioritize their
Yeah.
financial stability before for marriage. And we also know, Mitch, there's lots of dating apps that change the views as well on what we would have considered maybe in your and I a generation of traditional relationship timelines.
That makes a lot of sense. Do you think, though, waiting to actually get married will lead to a stronger relationship?
I think it depends. What we've seen is there's a shift from just the traditional timeline more for allowing people to have space for whether it's personal growth or what I previously mentioned as far as financial stability. So we're seeing that strength of the relationship. More people are looking for, and this is a good thing for our perspective, emotional maturity and communication skills. So
Okay.
when we're looking at these key factors, we do see a shift where people are more emotionally intelligent, probably not necessarily that we weren't, but there's just a different timeline that people are looking for, people that know how to deal with conflict, do they have
That's
shared
a good point.
values? All those types of things that are now more of a focus than ever. So when people are waiting to get married and they're developing themselves from a personal development standpoint, it can make for a stronger marriage, which would also make for a stronger family from my perspective.
Yeah, it seems like there was always this concept like, well, we'll get married and we'll work it out then. But now it looks like they're working it out before they get married. And there's this new concept out, it's called living apart together. It's really gaining more popularity among celebrities, a lot of couples as well. Do you believe that that arrangement can actually be a little risky for long term relationships?
From our perspective, we do believe that the living apart together, so to speak, is does present some challenges, right?
Yeah.
So some of the challenges we see, because we do have couples that we work with at Life Counseling Solutions that have this arrangement. So some of the things that we'll see is they have, well, one, a limited opportunity to develop that daily intimacy and trust by just living together and interacting on a daily basis. So you're limiting that. And then you're having these separate lives versus a shared lifestyle. So when you have these types of things, then it's easier to not necessarily focus on the relationship and you're only coming together unless you're really intentional. And that would have to be part of that relationship style. But then we're also seeing this reduced ability to just navigate the everyday challenges. As I previously mentioned, more of a focus on the growth mindset. But how are we going to do that if you're not living together, right? Because we know that's where some of the challenges
Yeah.
presents themselves where you work through them. And it also makes it harder to even like share financial goals. You have separate living quarters, you have separate bills. So the impact on financial stability can be higher, as well as just the emotional bonding and the attachment security may not be as strong as if you were having a shared lifestyle together, Mitch.
All right, really quick, how important is it? Because it seems a little biblical to say, but prioritizing a spouse over your kids. Lots of parents struggle with this balance, though. Is it practical to do it this day and age?
Absolutely. When we think about what we download in our children, we are letting them see, not teaching them and telling them, but we're letting them see what relationships look like. We're letting them see how you navigate these spaces. And then if we really can, if we do it in a way that is good enough, is what we'll say. No one's perfect, but that also gives them a role model that
Yeah.
relationships can be positive and that it could be something that they can strive for, because we actually get more of the other where people say, I don't want my parents' marriages. I don't want what I saw. And they also can contribute to them staying single a lot longer.
Great news for National Marriage Week. Janie, thank you so much. More information, if you'd like it, for National Marriage Week, you can head to our website at dailyflashshow.com.